Tonight we came to the zoo lights at the Little Rock Zoo, and there were supposed to be 3 different countries, but we really only saw China and Africa, which is a continent anyways. But it was good. There's lots of different animals that were lit up. No real animals, all light animals. It was very interactive. There were lots of things the kids could do, which was fun. And yeah, it was a fun little family outing. Took about an hour to get through the whole thing.
You're watching Daddy DIY.
We were at Papa B and KK's house right here, getting ready to go to the zoo, making sure Danny Jean was nice and warm, looking at the duck. David is a psycho about making sure Danny Jean is warm enough when it's below 60 degrees outside, so we were testing it out, making sure she was nice and warm by the lakes, and getting excited. Danny Jean was a little off schedule with all the Christmas fun and festivities, so she was a little whiny. She said, "You got 20 pounds of clothing on." Oh, uppy she goes, and she does not realize how heavy she is.
Light show?
We got there. You can see it was not quite dark yet. What was it, like a little after 5? It was about 5:15, and then we left about 6:30. It got dark quickly though. So we purchased the tickets online beforehand to hopefully avoid lines, but that was not really necessary. It wasn't much of a line, but they did have that available option. The carousel ride here was $3 per person, but she was free, so just $6 for me and David.
Oh, yeah, there's the Williams seat.
And she enjoyed it, but it was like not quite a carousel, as you can see. It was more like a converted roller coaster ride, but it didn't go very fast. But it was a nice little $6 well spent.
There you go, right there, Poppy B. Say hey, Poppy B.
So after the carousel, they had these panda light up things, and I think I had more fun with it than Danny Jean. I got a little carried away because I wanted to get a high score, but I let her get some of them. And she loves pandas. She loves the Panda Bear rendition of Five Little Monkeys. We listen to it often. And this was just a cool little thing, and you can see that it's starting to get dark already. So we really just did the carousel and then this, and then it got dark enough to walk around. And we went to get the stroller right after this. Here we were debating whether to get a stroller or not. Again, you can see Danny Jean was being quite needy, wanted to be held, and we did end up renting a stroller. The single was $11 and the double was $13, so we just went with the double to make her nice and comfortable.
People walking through.
Okay, so the first section is the China-themed portion. This part, not really so much yet, but you'll see in a little bit we walk through a lantern tunnel, and that's kind of where the official start of China is. There's just a lion right there, and then some birds over here. Called, what was it, a great bustard?
I believe so. It should be on this sign coming up right about here.
And then after this, you'll see is the first interactive component to the walk. There's a whole little playground area right here. And it was full of kids. I mean, they were just running and screaming and having the best time. And Danny Jean did try the swing. So you'll see she gets on here and has a nice little swing.
Ooh. Just want to rest in it. Can't really hold on. Here go the handles. That's how you hold on. You just use one.
We didn't find the handles till she'd been on it for about a minute, but she wasn't really quite big enough for it, but she still enjoyed it.
They had this cool little cannon thingy here. It was blowing out heat. It was 40 degrees, so for people like me, that was very nice.
So here's a little snippet of what we've seen so far. And then coming up is the lantern tunnel I mentioned. And you can see kind of how the other paths to the zoo are roped off. So it was only leading you through just this little loop that had the light display. Everything else was closed off. And here is the lantern tunnel, and we're headed to the official part of the China exhibit, and it'll start with a really cool dragon coming up after this. So the China portion had lots of mythical creatures, not a lot of real animals. You can see there was the 7 or 9 tail, I can't remember how many, fox. And then that was the vermilion bird, I think is what it was called. Nice little flower walk here, and you can see the dragon coming up behind me. Oh my gosh, this little baby was just not with his family. His name was Julian, and they were trying to find, I mean, they were right behind him, but there's his sister right there, or maybe cousin, I don't know. But yeah, he was just little Mr. Independent. It was pretty funny. And continuing down the flower walk up to the dragon. Oh, and the elephants. Danny Jean was very proud she could count that there were 3 elephants.
I guess there's some. We'll get around there.
Some of them also moved a little bit, like you saw the elephant's ears moving, and then the fish had the interactive lights, so it wasn't just a stationary figure.
Yeah, it looks like a mommy and a daddy and a baby. Robbie.
You like the dragon? Slimy.
Where's the Chinese dragon?
It's a big snake. Oh, with the feet. See, that was the serpent. He was cursed and lost his feet.
Okay. A big panda bear. Oh, I see some eyes. You like them so well. Chinese deer thing this year? Look at the pink fishes. The pink fishes. Yeah, that's the fishes right there behind them.
Again, another mythical creature here, but you can see there were some real animals mixed in with the frogs and the elephants and the fish. Now we're walking down the different, what are these, like the years of the animals for the Chinese New Year? So the 12 different Chinese New Year animals, and it had the years on there and like a little description of the people. I don't even remember which one I was.
All true.
You and Danny Jean and Delilah were all the ox, but I was something else. Okay. It was cool though. It was fun to like think about who you knew that were born in those years and
That's Delilah's year.
if they met the description
I
or
think
not.
Regina's the ox too. I'm gonna go back. I don't like it so pure. This is me. I'm the sheep. I'm the sheep. Lifelong farming. Pure food and noble. Often rich and famous. Oh God. The path to this life is set by vision. Warm and benevolent.
Monkey. I know some of them.
This is Sarah. Yeah. The dog. Always there to help.
Nurse sounds like a nurse.
Pig! Yeah. Always keeping their word and willing to sacrifice themselves for others. Oh, they're a symbol of a healthy and worry-free lifestyle.
They can't be perfect.
Another little tunnel here with the phoenix birds.
You doing all right? Okay.
Athletic, but she's not cold.
You want the hand warmer? Oh, it's a quiet area.
And then this was my favorite. I loved this thing. If there had been fewer wild children, it would have been cooler. But Danny Jean liked it. It's supposed to be like a willow tree, and it was really neat. You could go in and touch it and just walk around. She did a little bit by herself, and she wanted to be held some, but she really enjoyed it. And you can see the other kid. It was supposed to be what did the sign say? Like tranquil area. It was like calm, quiet area. Nope, not so much. But it was really cool. This one was my favorite of the interactive components. Mommy and Danny Jean went in there. We sure did.
Sequence. Panda, 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 panda.
This was cool too. Again, continuing with the interactive stuff. It was like a sequin wall that you could play with, like a sensory wall. David thinks he could make one of these for Danny Jean. And just like the light reflecting off of it made it look different colors as well. She liked it. It was really neat. And
You like it?
Mm-hmm. You said you want to touch it with her.
Touch it with her? Ooh. I love it. Yeah, I do love it. Don't you love it?
then after this, you'll see next is a little bubble popping thing that was it like dry ice? We think is what it was made of, but the bubbles when you popped them, it like turned to smoke. It's really cool. So we kind of keep walking here. Yeah, here comes the bubbles. Yeah, so no animals right here, just some fun interactive stuff. Oh, apparently it's a goldfish. I thought it was just some lanterns.
You popped it.
But
Turn
it's
around.
the shape of a goldfish.
No, it's a goldfish, and the bubbles are the bubbles in the water of the oxygen that
Yeah.
the fish breathe.
I'm just saying, I didn't realize it was shaped like a goldfish.
Dry
No,
ice.
it's a goldfish and a lot of bubbles.
Okay, it's not a real goldfish. I'm saying it's the balls are in the shape of a goldfish to make it
No, the
look like a
balls are just
goldfish.
balls. No, it's a goldfish, and then they're balls.
Oh, I thought the balls were like creating the shape of a
No,
goldfish.
yeah.
But no, now I see it over there.
Whoa.
It's the big one. Jenny. Having fun? Yeah.
Daddy.
I'm gonna have the adult beverages for everyone. Oh, that's exciting. Woo, baby.
So we opted out of the train ride. It was also $3 per person, but by then we had the stroller and it was dark and colder. We just did not go for the train ride. And then we're starting to get into the Africa section. Starts off with these crickets that Danny Jean is saying, ew, yucky. She's all about how the bugs are yucky right now.
Bugs are yucky.
But at first she loved bugs.
Yeah.
She wanted to kiss the ants.
Let's not go there.
But yes, so we're heading into a new section with less mythical creatures, more real animals coming up.
Oh, and the cricket.
That's from James and the Giant Peach.
Jiminy Cricket. Look at Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, right there. Right there. That's right. Look at these big butterflies over here.
Oh, and this was cool, the little spot where you could take your picture to be like a butterfly. Here she goes.
Put your arms out. Put your arms out. That's it. There you go. Oh, that is beautiful.
Another.
Where you going, Yankee? Oh, look over here, Yankee. Giant spider. Whoa. Spider up there at the top? Look all the way up top. Are you like way up there? Get out.
So that's what a spider sounds like. And she was a little confused on like what she could and couldn't touch, with like some parts being interactive and some parts not.
Oh, that's a nice big ant.
Is that a bee or a wasp up there? Here, buddy.
We headed over to the next interactive part, and she loved this little light show. They did have an epilepsy warning sign on that tunnel. I think it was fine for these tiles, but the tunnel was pretty intense. So this was the next little interactive thing, and she loved it as well.
Billie Jean, snap my love.
You have to yell out the colors. Yell out the colors. What is it? Yellow, red. I know, you have to.
Do it again? Okay.
Oops.
That tree did have some different settings on the lights, so it kind of like looked like a rocket shooting off, but David wasn't able to get it. It was taking forever for it to start over its routine, I guess. But you can see we're getting into more of the African animals here with the cheetah, some parrots, other birds, and I think the tigers are coming up next as well.
I see you, Dating Jean. Ribbit, ribbit. I see you, Dating Jean. Ribbit. Cookie, wagging the tail. Waggy, waggy, waggy.
I think this is the last tunnel coming up. You can see in the distance is peacock feathers.
Mm-hmm. This is the peacock feather corridor.
Into the peacock.
Wow. look
This
at the
was actually my
monkey.
favorite of the stationary lights, like the non-interactive, I guess, was the monkeys in the tree. I think David will show it here in a minute, but the back side of the tree looked really cool too. But I just thought it was the neatest of all the installments. And then the next one coming up after the platypus is the chameleon. And it was like stationary but kind of interactive, you'll see. But those two were my favorite, I think, of this portion.
What is that? Oh my God, I didn't know it was twice the length of their body. That's, yes.
So we thought these were just like interactive lights like the other ones where we stepped on them and they changed colors. I think all three of them were supposed to change the color of the chameleon, but then we figured out only the middle one actually worked. But they were connected to the display, and the middle one would turn it blue. I don't know what the other ones were supposed to turn it, but the middle one was the only one that worked. I saw the moon first.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. I think you change it. I think you're changing the color when you step on it.
Yeah, the middle one works. The other two don't. Now here, are the yellows.
Anteaters? I was almost going to say it looks like an anteater.
That must be good.
That's a red panda.
Doesn't look like a panda.
Yeah, I know.
That's a boy, a fox. That's not a red panda. Panda.
95% of you guys. Cool moon. Staring at us.
Beginning of doing cool stuff. What you say?
Is that right? Is that the moon up going through something?
Yeah. I was at the beginning, but
Oh, there are the bugs.
And here we're coming up on the end of the trip, and there was another display. Y'all saw it, you should have seen it at the beginning too, but we waited until the end to take a picture here. I don't know, I don't think it's a butterfly, I think it's some kind of bird, it's unclear, but
Perfect.
it was cool, and we had a great time, yay!
No, I'm not, buddy. Just wait for a second, okay? Just a second. I can fix it in Photoshop. Good job, Danny Jean.
Unrelated bonus clip here, Danny Jean practicing her sign language in the car. I think that was on the way to Fayetteville? No, that was on our way down to Little Rock from Nashville to start our journey. She just loves to learn, and we're so proud of her. She's just the best. And that's her little car setup that David has for her on our long road trips. No screen time limits when it's a 5-hour drive.
Daddy DIY, the channel of arts, crafts, and do-it-yourself projects. Keep watching for more videos from me, Daddy DIY.